Pope Francis will meet with homeless people, immigrants and prisoners during his upcoming trip to Cuba and the United States. He will also preside over a meeting about religious liberty, a major issue for the U.S. Catholic Church in the wake of the Supreme Court's gay marriage decision. The Vatican published the itinerary on Tuesday for the eagerly awaited 19 to 28 September visit. Francis added the Cuba leg to the start of his U.S. trip at the last minute after helping contribute to the historic Thaw in US-Cuba relations. In Cuba he will celebrate Mass in Revolution Square in Havana as both of his predecessors did during their trips to the Caribbean island nation. He will travel to Baldwin and pray before the Virgin of Charity of Cabra, the patron of Cuba, and meet with Cuban families in the eastern city of Santiago. Francis arrives on September 22 at Andrews Air Force Base in Washington, and the next day will be welcomed on the South Lawn of the White House by President Barack Obama, the Vatican said. He will become the first pope to address the U.S. Congress on September 24, and will meet with homeless people later in the day at a local parish, St. Patrick's. He will give America a new saint by canonizing the 18th-century Spanish missionary Junípero Serra at the National Shrine. On September 25, Francis will deliver a speech on sustainable development at the United Nations, in New York City, where he will have another opportunity to voice his concerns about the environment ahead of make-or-break climate negotiations in Paris later this year. He will host an interfaith gathering at Ground Zero and meet with children and immigrant families on the other end of Manhattan, in Harlem. Wall Street John Paul II and Benedict XVI celebrated Mass in Yankee Stadium during their New York visits. Francis will celebrate Mass for a slightly smaller crowd in Madison Square Garden, and preside over a Vespers service at the end.